Well, we've made it all the way to the final part of the Saw series, Saw 7, the final chapter. Is it really a horror series if you don't at one point have a subtitle with final in it? You know, like the final chapter on Friday the 13th part 4, and then there was the final Friday for part 9, and then there was Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare for A Nightmare on Elm Street. This seems to be a running thing that happens, and it's not really the final one, as there's a new Saw about to happen. This one continues the story of Detective Hoffman, who was outed as the Jigsaw killer in the last one. The main sort of kind of test in this story is about someone, a Jigsaw survivor, who may not be telling the exact truth about his ordeal. I remember not liking Saw 7, but I have genuinely enjoyed parts 1 to 6 altogether. They've all gave me something. They've always gave me a sense of enjoyment, whether it be the reveals in the story or some of the characters, which I've quite liked in some of the movies. But yeah, almost instantly I hated Saw 7. There is something really wrong with it. It's overly lit because they've tried to make it 3D, which doesn't really fit the aesthetic or the look of the previous 6 entries. Now, earlier on I complained that they didn't really try anything new, and I don't think this is a stylistic option. This is just a cash grab because 3D was big at the time. So I don't feel as if they've tried anything new. They've just kind of shoehorned it into somewhere to make more money. There are a lot of things I do not like about the movie, but one of the first things is the initial trap. So it's out in public. It's the first time I've had something like that. It's not a dingy room somewhere. It's brightly lit. It's glass. People can watch. 2 guys awake with these saws either side of them, and a girl above them with a saw pointing to her. Now the guys can push the saw from the top to one of the other guys, or they can save each other and kill the girl. And it turns out the girl's been sort of playing the 2 guys against each other. And this is one of the things that really bugs me about this movie. Up until now, it's all been about people who've taken their life for granted, who have ignored their children, abused other people in some way, shape or form. This seems as if Jigsaw has got in the middle of a love triangle, and I'm wondering why he would even care about it. Why? There's nothing behind it. It just seems silly contrivance just to try something new that the series hasn't done before. And initially, I'm already hating this thing. I really don't like it. You get a main detective in this one who we've never seen before in the entire series, and it turns out that he's got a bit of a history with Hoffman, and even that feels forced. There's a flashback later on that shows you how Hoffman and this detective meet, and you're kind of like, surely alarm bells would be ringing at this point, whereas you would imagine Hoffman's kind of covering his own back and making himself out to be something a little bit cleaner cut than what he actually is in this flashback. It just seems off. The detective himself seems almost as if he doesn't belong in this movie. It feels as if it's somebody's cousin. He is terrible in this movie. I had no interest about this character whatsoever. I didn't like him. I didn't like anything he did. He just seemed to be completely bland, other than the fact that he was awful at acting or emoting in any way, shape or form. You get the continuation of the Jill Tuck character, a character who we kind of liked at the start of the series, who now turns out to be one of the bad guys, and we just don't like her because she still seems kind of whiny. She set up Hoffman in the last one, he got out, and now she's terrified that he's after her revenge, so she goes to the police and starts spilling her guts. And this seems weird after the amount of times that she's been in police custody, and you think there would be a contingency plan, and it just doesn't fit the whole ethos of the Saw series. I'm not interested in the main story either. I'm not interested in any reveals it has to go. Even the fact that it's got Lawrence Gordon back from the first movie, it feels kind of like forced in there and not really too great, and I'm not happy with it. I don't like that either. It's not an interesting aspect. I've got to say, these movies, we're not expecting them to be great. The first couple are pretty good, and then they get worse as the series goes on, but I wasn't expecting this to be a great one. But at least give me something that we've already kind of had before, you know, similar ground we're treading on. This seems so contrived, so different, so forced, that it just doesn't work. It is the final chapter in the Saw series because it's crap. It put the nail in the coffin, and it took several years for them to kind of rejig it away from that and come out with the new one. I don't like Saw 7, in case you haven't noticed. I think there's so many things wrong with it. It's just banal, bland, uninteresting, pointless, and just contrivance for contrivance sake. It's a really sad ending to a series that up until now I've really enjoyed. So hopefully Jigsaw, I'll wipe this one off the map completely. I'm hoping so. And I'm going to give Saw 7 1 out of 5, and even then, I think I'm being a little bit too generous. Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of Saw 7, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.